I'm Alonso with Full Scope Pest Control. We're here in Kingwood. We're going to do a residential quarterly pest control service today. So it covers occasional invaders, things that are going to be living out in your yard, in your bushes, ornamentals and all that. And those are pests that you'll occasionally see inside. Things like roaches, ants, earwigs, silverfish, pests of that nature. I'll go ahead and start here. And again, I'm just going to kind of hit these eaves, make sure there's no wasp nests, no spider webs, mud daubers. Around here. This window has some spider webs on it. So a lot of times there will be spider webs that are so tiny or transparent that you can't see them. So I like to do a little sweep regardless, just to make sure that webs don't get built up and that you aren't going to have spiders reproducing right on your doorstep. It takes more time to be thorough, but at Full Scope Pest Control, we want to make sure that the job is done right. So here, we've got a mud dauber nest. I'm going to go ahead and remove this. So we've got what was going to be a mud dauber. So you can see its little legs and stuff right there. So this is a bulb duster. And we use this to inject dust into the weep holes and wall voids to put a barrier in between the walls. You see how it's coming out like smoke? It's getting all of that smoke in between those weep holes. So it's a really good way of keeping pests out. See right here, you've got a situation where the soil is too high. You can see it on this side right here. That soil is too high, there's wood to soil contact, that increases your chance of getting termites. So whenever we see conditions like this, we like to discuss it with the homeowners, let them know what's going on and appropriate actions to take in order to prevent something like termites from attacking the structure. So this is a general pest. It's a granular service. It takes care of things like roaches, prevents fire ants from making new mounds. It's a general pesticide, so any of your creepy crawlers that are going to be trying to get to your house, they're going to have to cross through this barrier first, and good luck after that. This is activated whenever it gets wet. So with the rain, with a power spray, just getting it wet, it's going to activate these granules, and they're going to start working pretty much immediately. Now they will last up to 3 months. And so they provide a great residual barrier. So I am treating, it's gonna be about 3 feet out, 3 feet up, around the entire structure to put a solid barrier, liquid barrier from having pests enter in the structure. I've got 2 chemicals here, bifenthrin and cypermethrin. It's a combination that I've mixed up that's gonna do a wonderful job at keeping this homeowner pest-free throughout the rest of the winter. So one of the key things with using a power sprayer like this is hose management. You want to make sure you pay attention to this hose right here and where you're walking. If not, you're going to mess up the yard, you're going to mess up the trees, and you're not going to have a happy customer at the end of the day. I'm putting barriers around the sewer hole here, so if any roaches or anything like that decide to pop out, they're going to have chemical around them to take care of them before they can get to your house. That's one of the beautiful things about the granules, is they will take care of all these pests that are in the mulch and all that, that they already have a barrier in these areas. So the liquid treatment, again, being more harmful, it's best to keep that as close to the house as possible. A lot of ants like to trail along and build mounds along these lines. So I always like to put a little fire ant bait there. Again, I did treat this with granules earlier, so outside of my residual granular application, I'm gonna put a little bit here. So today for the homeowner, we swept their eaves, removed spider webs, mud dauber nests. We also dusted their weep holes all the way around. We applied a residual granular application as a barrier around the structure, around the garage as well. We power sprayed 3 feet out, 3 feet up onto the structure to create a nice liquid chemical barrier. And then we spot treated for fire ants in some of their favorite spots, like around the mulched areas and the rocks and the bricks and stuff. So these are some of the services that we provide on a quarterly general pest control service designed for occasional invaders to protect the home against them.